You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Thank you, Anne. Yes, goodbye is what you would be saying to your chain or your bracelet if you missed this minor oversight and the lights just went out. Fan-flippin-tastic. Thank you, Anne. Yes, goodbye is what you'll be saying to your chain or bracelet if you missed this minor oversight that some jewelers do to your chain or bracelet that could potentially be devastating. So let's go inside and I'll tell you more about it. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jan. I'm the Chunky Jeweler, and today we'll be talking about a potential flaw in a brand new necklace or bracelet that you might not be aware of. So behind the clasp there's a little O-ring, and that O-ring is 9 times out of 10 it's not soldered. Any sort of a tug to your chain or your bracelet could potentially pull that link open and the clasp can slip out, or the end piece of the chain can slip out. Then it'll become undone and fall down your dress, onto the floor, off your arm. And you might not even realize it when it happened, because you have that sensation that the bracelet's still there. Have you ever taken a bracelet or your watch off or a ring off and it kind of feels like it's still there, but it's not? Phantom jewelry. That's a topic for another video. That little link could potentially be your weakest link in your chain. That old saying that goes something like this: your chain is only as strong as your weakest link. That thoroughly applies to this. So you can have the biggest chain, thickest chain, and most expensive chain, but if that little O-ring in the back is not soldered, you'll be saying goodbye to your chain or bracelet. Let me explain why. So you may or may not know this, but most jewelers, including myself, don't make those very fine chains that you buy in all the box stores. They get made by a factory. They are mass produced and made with highly sophisticated machines now those machines are programmed to make a particular design of chain, but they make hundreds of meters of that particular design of chain, but they are not programmed or designed to actually make the ends or to attach a clasp. That gets done in a separate department. It might even get done in a separate business overall, because most factories focuses on making, for example, 20 different styles of chain. They don't focus on repairs or fitting ends or fitting the clasps. Now let me explain it like this. The factory makes the chain, then a wholesaler would buy the chain per meter from the wholesaler, however much they need. The wholesaler then might use a third-party jeweler to cut the chains in the right length, attach end pieces, and potentially attach a clasp. That might even get done at the back at the wholesaler again, because now they've bought clasps from a different factory and then they will attach the clasps. But 9 times out of 10, the wholesaler won't have their own jeweler on site or their own workshop. So what they'll then do, they'll just sit and hook those clasps onto the chain as they sell them or as needed, because the clasp and the chain is priced differently. So you'd potentially pay $150 a gram for the clasp, and where you would pay $120 per gram for the chain. So that's where the discrepancy comes in, because otherwise they can't calculate their costings correctly. But what that means is when they hook on the clasp, right, they don't solder it. And that's where the weak link part comes in. When they sell it to a jeweler or a box store jeweler, one of these franchise jewelers, the people that work front of house aren't always as knowledgeable about jewelry as they should be. This is not a dig at the jewelry staff that work at the box stores. It's not their fault that they haven't been trained properly. And to be fair, most of the staff that work there is temporary. They'll work there for a holiday job, so they don't really care as much as they should or could about the jewelry and the customer, so they don't check. I generally check when I buy a chain and make sure the jump ring is soldered. If it's not, I will then go and solder that jump ring before I give it to the client, which is actually fairly simple. So what I want you to take away from this video today, and I'm keeping it short. If you'd like more information about it, please message me in the comments. I will try to respond to all your comments and questions. It's literally like a 5-minute job to solder that jump ring shut. Give it a quick polish and Bob's your auntie, and you can send it out to the customer and you can wear your chain or bracelet with confidence. So do me a favor, have a look at your bracelet, have a look at your neck chain. Make sure that little ring behind the clasp is soldered shut and not open, because that's your weakest link. So I'm the Junkie Jeweler. My name is Jan. If you've learned something from this video today, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel, where we do all jewelry related videos. Some of them are more aimed toward jewelers, some of them are more aimed to the general public, but most of them I try and keep informative, and you'll learn something about the trade. So that's all from me today. Thanks for watching. You'll see me in the next video, and YouTube thinks you might like this one over here. Have a good one. Junkie Jeweler out.